the Apple MacBook Pro M4, Asus ProArt P16 H-Sense, Microsoft Surface Laptop Studio 2, HP ZBook Ultra 14G1A, and Dell XPS 16 9640 are the most popular laptops for photo editing of 2025, but which is the absolute best? We're going to compare them to each other and score them in various categories, with some categories holding more weight than others. In the end, we'll decide which is the best one based on the final score. We will declare the absolute winner. Let's dive in. First, we're going to compare them on the display quality category, which has a multiplier of 2. The Apple MacBook Pro M4 has a gorgeous Liquid Retina XDR display that is incredibly bright and easy to see in difficult lighting thanks to an optional nano texture coating that masterfully cuts glare. Though I did find its out-of-the-box calibration has a slight but measurable red bias compared to previous models. I am giving it a 9.5 out of 10. With the Asus ProArt P16, you get a stunning 16-inch 4K OLED touch display that delivers breathtaking visuals with full DCI-P3 color coverage and the infinite contrast I expect from OLED. But I found it to be so highly reflective that it becomes a real challenge to use for any serious creative work in a room with bright lights. This earns it an 8.4 out of 10. I found the Microsoft Surface Laptop Studio 2 has a beautiful and highly responsive 14.4-inch touchscreen with a smooth 120 Hz refresh rate and impressive brightness that makes it usable outdoors. However, the display is surrounded by chunky bezels that feel quite dated compared to the almost borderless screen on the Dell XPS 16. It gets an 8.1 out of 10. The HP ZBook Ultra 14G1A features a sharp 2.8K OLED touchscreen with ultra-wide viewing angles and full DCI-P3 color coverage, but its peak brightness of 400 candelas per square meter is noticeably dimmer than what I experienced on the MacBook Pro or Surface Laptop Studio, which can be a limitation when you are editing photos in a variety of lighting conditions. I rated a 7.5 out of 10. Finally, the Dell XPS 16 9640 comes with a stunning 16.3-inch 4K OLED touch display that makes HDR content look incredible with its deep blacks and bright whites. And while Dell's iSafe technology is great for long editing sessions, it is important to know that the base model comes with a far inferior FHD Plus screen that is not really suitable for professional work. I'm giving this a 9.0 out of 10. For me, the winner in this category is the Apple MacBook Pro M4, which scored 9.5 points due to its best-in-class brightness and highly effective anti-glare nano texture option, making it the most versatile and reliable display for professional photo editing in any environment. Next, we're going to compare them on the processing power category, which has a multiplier of 2. The Apple MacBook Pro, with its new M4 chip, offers incredibly fluid performance in photo editing applications, thanks to its unified memory architecture. But when you step up to the more powerful M4 Pro or Max configurations for truly heavy tasks, the price increases significantly, making the value proposition a bit less appealing compared to some rivals, earning it a 9.2 out of 10. The Asus ProArt P16 is an absolute performance beast, combining a top-of-the-line AMD Ryzen AI processor with a powerful NVIDIA GeForce RTX 5070 graphics card and a fantastic cooling system that ensures it does not throttle under sustained heavy workloads, which from my experience is critical for professional use, giving it a solid 9.6 out of 10. When I tested the Microsoft Surface Laptop Studio 2, its Intel Core i7 processor and RTX 4060 handled most tasks well and offered stable performance, but it fell short of the transcoding speeds of the MacBook and lacked the raw multi-core strength of the AMD-powered HP, which, for its premium price, makes it a slightly less powerful option in this lineup, landing at a 7.0 out of 10. I was genuinely surprised by the HP ZBook Ultra 14 a 14-inch laptop that delivers the kind of powerhouse multi-core performance you would expect from a much larger machine thanks to its 16-core AMD Zen 5 CPU, though it is not quite as fast in single-threaded tasks, which leads me to give it an 8.5 out of 10. Finally, the Dell XPS 16 is a beautiful and very capable laptop with its Intel Core Ultra processor and NVIDIA graphics, handling edits smoothly for the most part, however. During very long and intensive processing jobs, its slim design can struggle to maintain peak performance compared to the purpose-built cooling of the Asus ProArt, so I'm rating it a 7.8 out of 10. For pure, sustained processing power that will not quit on you during a demanding client project, the Asus ProArt P16 takes the win with 9.6 points due to its superior components and cooling system built specifically for creative professionals. Next, we're going to compare them on the RAM and storage category, which has a multiplier of 1.5. The Apple MacBook Pro M4 comes with fast unified memory starting at 16 gigabytes and configurable storage up to 8 terabytes, 8 terabytes, but the inability to upgrade the soldered RAM after purchase is a significant drawback for future-proofing your workflow. which is why I'm giving it a 7.5 out of 10. Coming equipped with a massive 64 gigabytes of RAM by default is the Asus ProArt P16, which I found handled enormous 4K video files with ease. However, this fixed configuration means you are paying for that much memory whether you need it or not, impacting its overall value slightly for a score of 8.8 out of 10. With the Microsoft Surface Laptop Studio 2, you get the flexibility of configurations up to 64 gigabytes of RAM, and the notable advantage of a user-removable solid-state drive, though you do have to invest heavily in the higher-tier models to get that power, making the value proposition for mid-range configurations a bit less compelling at an 8.2 out of 10. The HP ZBook Ultra 14T14 packs a professional punch with options for up to 64 gigabytes of DDR5 RAM and a huge 4 terabytes of storage. But soldering the RAM down in a machine designed for professional workstation tasks is a major disappointment that limits its long-term usability, earning it a 7.9 out of 10. Finally, the Dell XPS 16 9640 strikes a fantastic balance by offering up to 64 gigabytes of fast DDR5 memory and 4 terabytes of storage, and while its memory is also soldered, its wide range of configurations gives you the power to build a machine perfectly suited to your needs and budget, giving it a winning 9.3 out of 10. With its excellent blend of configurable high-speed memory and storage options, the Dell XPS 16 secures the win in this category with 9.3 points by delivering top-tier performance without locking you into a single, expensive configuration. Next, we are going to compare them on the color accuracy category, which has a multiplier of 1.5. The Apple MacBook Pro M4 has truly impressed me with its new quantum dot display that delivers outstanding color accuracy right out of the box with a delta E of 0.19. Although I did notice a very slight red bias in my testing, and its DCI P3 color space coverage of 80.2% is not as saturated as some OLED panels, earning it a 9.4 out of 10. Using the Asus ProArt P16 felt like a dream for gamut-heavy work thanks to its almost complete Adobe RGB coverage, but I found the colors were noticeably oversaturated by default, and the glossy screen was prone to reflections, which is why it gets an 8.7 out of 10. The Microsoft Surface Laptop Studio 2 proved to be a reliable workhorse, offering a solid balance with its 17.7% DCI P3 coverage and a respectable delta E of 0.23, though it does not particularly stand out against the specialized displays of its competitors, so I'm giving it an 8.2 out of 10. I was initially blown away by the incredibly vivid and punchy colors on the HP ZBook Ultra 14 G1A, with its massive 139.9% DCI P3 gamut. But for professional work, its color accuracy score of 0.31 is a step behind the leaders in this group, leading me to a score of 7.8 out of 10. Finally, the Dell XPS 16's IPS display is capable, covering 100% of sRGB, but it required me to activate a specific design profile just to get its accuracy to a decent level. And even then, its 84% DCI P3 coverage felt a bit lacking compared to the others. So it lands at a 7.2 out of 10. With its exceptional out-of-the-box performance and a phenomenal accuracy score of 0.19, the Apple MacBook Pro M4 takes the win in this category with 9.4 points. Finally, we are going to compare them on the value for money category, which has a multiplier of 3. Starting with the Apple MacBook Pro M4, I found that while it delivers immense power and a beautiful, robust build quality that feels second to none, its very high price tag makes it a questionable value proposition when its own M4 Air sibling offers so much for less, giving it an 8.0 out of 10. The Asus ProArt P16 H7606 is a true performance beast aimed squarely at creators, and I feel it completely justifies its cost with a stunning 16-inch 4K OLED touch display, an innovative and genuinely useful Asus dial pad to streamline my workflow, and a powerful cooling system that keeps it running smoothly under heavy loads without issue. It's a fantastic package, earning a 9.5 out of 10. Next up, the Microsoft Surface Laptop Studio 2 offers a truly unique pull-forward screen that I found excellent for digital drafting, but its high price, combined with the fact that the essential Surface Pen is sold separately and the screen has just okay color coverage for professional work, really hurts its overall value for photo editing specifically. I rated a 7.2 out of 10. I found the HP ZBook Ultra 14 G1A to be a remarkably portable little workstation, but for the price, its limited graphics performance and disappointing battery life make more traditional and powerful competitors like the ProArt feel like a much better investment for serious creative tasks. For value, it gets a 6.5 out of 10. Finally, the Dell XPS 16 9640 is a gorgeous and powerful machine that offers a fantastic premium experience for the money. But while it's a strong all-around performer, its value is slightly overshadowed by more specialized creative machines that offer specific workflow advantages for the same or slightly more investment, landing it at an 8.8 out of 10. With its incredible feature set purpose-built for creatives that genuinely speeds up my work, The Asus ProArt P16 is the clear winner in this category with a score of 9.5 for delivering unmatched professional value. The results of our comparison show each product shines in its own way, but the Asus ProArt P16 H7606 stands out with its score of 90.75. This laptop was a genuine pleasure to work with, offering powerful processing capabilities and an immersive 4K OLED display that is perfect for creators. The specialized Asus dial pad enhances workflow efficiency in a way that truly sets it apart from the competition. In terms of value and performance, it's unmatched for serious professionals who need reliable, sustained power for their creative endeavors. While the Asus ProArt P16 takes the crown, other products shouldn't be overlooked. The Apple MacBook Pro M4 came in close with an impressive E60 86.75, offering a balanced mix of power, display brilliance, and color accuracy, albeit at a premium price point. The Dell XPS 16 scoring 84.75 offers robust performance and flexibility that makes it a strong contender for those who demand versatility. The Microsoft Surface Laptop Studio 2, although scoring 76.4, provides a unique design that could benefit digital artists, while the HP ZBook Ultra 14 G1A with 75.05 is a solid portable option despite some limitations. Each machine has its strengths, ready to cater to different preferences and professional needs.